Remember a few years ago whenever you were told that COVID got tired and wore out at 5 3/4 feet? You remember all the little dots in the supermarkets, the grocery stores, and in the schools, and every place of business, all the dots, right? And you had to stand on them, and everybody had to stay 6 foot apart. That way nobody would get sick. That way the virus wouldn't spread. We were stopping the curve. We were slowing the curve. We were going to make everything better. Well, it turns out Dr. Fauci just admitted it wasn't based on science at all.
Dr. Anthony Fauci now admitting social distancing wasn't based on science. Fauci telling a House committee this week the idea, standing 6 feet apart, quote, just sort of appeared.
It just showed up. Just showed up. Crazy. Let's talk about the implications of that in today's video.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, oh, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
So you guys remember this time, right? When everybody was screaming to trust the science, trust the science. If you're going to build a house, you're going to hire a contractor to do it, you're going to trust what he says. The problem is that you and I both know there are bad contractors out there. There are people that will do things that are wrong, just like there are doctors and there are scientists that will do things that are wrong. Everybody's capable of doing it. So, understanding that fact made the whole trust the science argument mind-boggling to me. Like, science has been wrong before, it'll be wrong again. That's just kind of how this operates. In fact, like by definition, trusting the science is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Because by definition, science is testing things to see if they work. And apparently nobody filmed the COVID virus walking 5 3/4 feet and it stopped and said, boy, I'm tired and wore out and I can't make it no further. Apparently nobody filmed that, so it wasn't really based on science. It just appeared, just showed up out of nowhere. Well, the implication of that is, like most of us knew this, right? Like most of us knew that it was nonsense. The 6 foot distancing thing, right? Most of us, you know, common sense applied. What about wind direction? What about how hard somebody sneezes or coughs? There's all kinds of things that go into this. So most of us knew, like, hey, that's probably nonsense, right? But the implication now is, like, people were kicked off social media. People lost their jobs. People lost all kinds of livelihoods and all kinds of things, all off of something that was pushed and mandated, all of something that was told if you don't do it, you're going to get fired or you're going to get sick or you're going to make everybody else sick and you can't say nothing on social media or you'll be deplatformed. I don't care if this is how you make your living, right? All off something that just appeared. It just showed up. It just, you know, there are things that just show up. Neighbors, sometimes, they just show up at your house. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not, right? Maybe you got a crazy cousin that just shows up, right? And maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. Maybe you ate some bad Chinese food and something just shows up and you're stuck on the toilet for 12 hours or so, right? Like things just show up. Just like this 6 foot distancing rule, it just showed up. And here it was, man, I don't know where it come from. They just walked in and we were like, hey, we're going to pick that. Next time they scream and yell at you to trust the science, trust the science, trust the science, question everything. Question it. What harm is it to go, you know what, let's see if that's right or not. What's the harm in that? If it's right, then it shouldn't worry about being tested. See, I believe in the Bible, right? I believe in Scripture. I believe in God. I believe in His Son, Jesus, that came and died for me and you and everybody else. Like, that's what I believe. And it can be pressed and it can be pushed. And I believe the Bible can be pressed and can be pushed. And I trust it. I trust it because I've pressed it and I've pushed it and it has passed everything I have pressured it. Everything I have pushed it, it has passed all of it. So if I question next time they try to put us on dots or they try to put directional arrows in aisles at the Walmarts, if I question that, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Remember this time. Remember when Dr. Fauci says, and just showed up. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next video.